Okay, you have your zone controllers here. They're Eurotherms. We will be including the manual for these particular controllers because they're not the standard issue that came with these originally, but they were issued by the company that made this unit. So you will get the manual for those controllers. As you can see, we're set for 600 degrees, and on the display of our thermocouple here, it's 601.2. I've calibrated all the controllers and done an offset and a 2-point calibration, and that's all set. So I show you, I can increase it. I'll increase the set point here, and we should in a moment or two start to see an increase in the actual, which is right here. As you can see, the outputs have come on, and we should start seeing a rise. And here we go, the actual temperatures rising to get to that set point. While it's doing that, I want to point out over here you have your power controls here. There is a main circuit breaker in the back. When that circuit breaker is turned on, the cooling fans that are internal inside here turn on so that there's always a cooling flow across the oven. And then you would turn on your control, which activates the control panel here. And then when you're ready to heat, you would flip this breaker up and it'll send the heating current. Up top here you have your excess temperature gauge and overprotection switches. As you can see, it's reading around 600 right now. If I go down, it's going to trip. So I'm going to show you how that happens. You set this a little bit higher than what you normally would run. You can see it alarms. At that point, you have to set it back up. Hit the reset button, and you'll notice that the circuit breaker tripped. At this point, you can turn it back on, and it'll resume from where it left off at that point, at that temperature. So, depending on how long it alarmed for. So that's it. That's working fine. The only other things I want to tell you about is that the power for this instrument requires 48 amps. So that's at the minimum, so you need a circuit that will be able to handle that kind of current. And lastly, besides these plates, let me pull this out. Okay, there's these inserts. They are consumables. They do not come with the unit, so they will be removed before it's shipped. On the back here, you can see our power connections are here, and down here are the water cooling. I have this hooked up to a chiller, which is not included, but if you're going over 600 degrees, you need to have cooling water plumbed into this unit to maintain temperature properly and not overheat.